right, you guys saw the title. We have to break down Palantir, do an update on the charts, break down what I'm looking to do, and just go over how we're looking now as the stock is still digesting earnings from a couple of days ago. So guys, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe and get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. Open up your account, fund it with at least $100. Once you do that, you get 5 free stocks, and deposit at least $2,000. Once you do that, you get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY. So guys, get on it. Use that link right down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. The clock's ticking. This is a limited time deal, so get on it, guys. And now let's get into it. So Palantir, it's still trading over $100 per share 2 days after earnings came out, although we are down a little bit right now, over 2% in the red. We're still over $100, which is awesome, right? And the entire market today, on a little side note here, guys, is selling off. Well, mostly the NASDAQ and the S&P, thanks to Google. Google's dumping after they reported earnings. We covered those yesterday, guys. Make sure to go check those out. But that's probably dragging down Palantir a bit here today. Again, down over 2%, slightly over 2%. And we can see it's been quite volatile. If I zoom in on the intraday, this thing opened up at about 101.80. Dumped down momentarily under $100. We got down to 99.75, rallied back to about 103.50, and then it's been shopping around here. You guys can see if I get this channel tool out, we've pretty much held here for the entire day so far. I am filming this video at about 10:30, 11 a.m. on the East Coast, so this is where we've been shopping around the last couple of hours here, right? So let's see on the 5-day how we're looking. I mean, clearly, we're still holding the general range that we've been holding since earnings came out, being about 100 to 105. So as long as we do hold 100, guys, I mean, that's good overall. I guess from like a psychological standpoint, like, oh, we're holding $100. That's a big support. It is. But there is a decent chance here we fall through that point. We already dipped our toes into the high 99s today. Not for long, but we did get there a little bit. And if you pull the layers back more, guys, on the 1 hour chart here, yes, we are seeing buying above the 50 SMA. We're holding that moving average now. But if we slip through that point, $99, $98 a share, we might be slipping down towards 90, quite frankly, right? That could be a healthy pullback spot on PLTR, maybe down even more, 85, 90. Not saying it's definitely going to go to 85. I mean, that'd be a sizable pullback at this point. We're talking like a 15, 20%. But could it go to 95-ish, kind of consolidate there a little bit? I think that could happen, man. I think, did you guys see Jim Cramer? I'm pretty sure he sold out, I think, at $100. And if other people, not saying to go follow Jim Cramer, but if other people, I mean, there's a lot of talk, Palantir is overvalued here, people are selling out at 100, Jim Cramer being one of them. I've seen a couple other people. If that materializes with other investors or other traders, they start to do the same, we might get the slip off or the slip down to this range we're talking about here, which then I think buyers will come in again. That's where we'll get some buying potentially. But yeah, overall, I think we are a little bit arguably overbought in the short term. That's not to say we're going to drop like a brick, but we might just consolidate a bit and coast in the 9,500s a little bit in that range before we then pick direction again. I think I don't know if that's for sure going to happen, but I think that's the healthiest thing that could happen here, guys, because we don't want, it's awesome when the stock goes up, but we don't want it to just go up like crazy to the point where it's like arguably a bubble in the short term or too frothy in the short term or too just overbought, right? It's healthy to get pullbacks within the overall bull market, which we've gotten many here on this stock. Many, right? We got one here back in end of December to the middle of January. We sold off a good $20, right? That was a healthy pullback. I think something like that over the next month or two could come. And we'll see. We'll do more updates here on the channel, guys. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube. We're almost at 50,000 subs here, guys. And join the email list, which is free, by the way. I send out my top stocks every week right to your email. That is linked right down below, guys. Put your first name and your email address, and boom, you're in there, guys. And again, it is free. So that's a quick rundown on Palantir here, guys. And again, we're down about 2% in the midst of a not the worst red day by any means, but we are down about 0.25% currently on the S&P, although it is starting to rally, it looks like. Wait a second here, guys. Yeah, it looks like we are starting to rally a little bit in real time. You guys see the recovery here on SPY on the intraday. That's a good sign, although it's still down 0.25%. And QQQ's down about 0.4%, and this one's rallying as well, which is pretty good, right? We'll see if this maybe goes green at some point later in the day. I'll make a video maybe on that later at some point. But yeah, we are pushing right now, although we are slightly down still. We're going in the right direction. And the Dow Jones is about to flip green right here, guys. Literally, it's down, 4 points? Barely anything. So this is about to flip green. Good news for the Dow overall. And man, if it takes out 44, 600, 700, that's a resistance in the short term. Dow could be right back to all-time highs. Boom, just like that. We're pretty much right there again, guys, about 400 or 500 points away from all-time highs on the Dow Jones. And let's see, the Russell is green. The Russell's already green. Hey, it's pushing 2,300, which we talked about. That's big. 2,325 is where my alert's at. That's the breakout spot on the Russell, in my opinion. So, yeah, at that point, guys, if we take that out, I'm going to be all in on IJR for a trade, which is a small cap ETF I'm tracking right now. We're not fully breaking out yet, but if we take out 120 on this thing, I'm going to set my alert now. I think we're going to rip like no other. And keep your eyes on, QQQ, guys, and SPY. We have big tech earnings right now. We got Google. They weren't the best, right? They missed on cloud revenue. They missed on overall top line. Not the best for Google, but we do have Amazon. We have Amazon on Thursday, tomorrow after the bell, and maybe that could turn things around here for the index in the short term. And my alerts are set. 526, 532, and we'll see if we get out of there. If so, TQQQ is at the top of my list for a trade, which is it's a bullish 3x ETF on the NASDAQ 100, if you will, whatever you want to call it. It goes up 3 times what the NASDAQ 100 goes up. So if we get the overall breakout on QQQ, TQQQ is a leveraged way to trade that breakout. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys as always. And do not forget to get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. I'm telling you, man, it's free money. Open up your account, deposit at least $100. You get 5 free stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks. And let's say, for example, guys, you don't like Moomoo. Guess what? You can take out all the money you deposited. You keep all the free stocks. There's no risk. Literally, no risk. So check out the link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.